12-year-old Jude struggles with focusing at school, feeling like everything rests on their shoulders and not being out as non-binary to their old-fashioned grandparents. But at least Jude has Dallas, their best friend in the whole world. Jude and Dallas have always depended on each other, but everything changes when they learn Stevie, a popular girl in their class, has been kicked out of her clique, and Jude decides to reach out to see if Stevie is okay. Soon she becomes a real friend to Jude and Dallas. Stevie's unconditional acceptance when Jude comes out to her gets them thinking about trust and safe spaces and how everyone deserves the kind of support that they get from their friends. Jude decides to create the first diversity club in their town. But will they be able to bring their community together to make it happen, especially when a betrayal shakes their confidence? Can one kid really change the world? For First Chapter Friday, here is Jude Saves the World by Ronnie Riley. Sometimes all you need is someone next to you to make everything okay. I've already found that person here in Aberdeen Falls, and I'm only 12. And right now I'm trying to be patient while my best friend Dallas finishes listening to his song of the day. I do already feel better being beside him, but it's not nearly enough. I pick at the hole on the back of the bus seat with my fingers. I already know what he's going to say. It won't be like when Mom tells me the whole world doesn't rest on my shoulders. But heck, what if it does? What if I end up being the hero? And Dallas and I go on a huge quest to save the Earth from mutant alien robots. Anything seems better than doing the same thing over and over again, which is exactly what last night was. A repeat of the same Monday for the last 2 years. Dinner with my grandparents who are from the Stone Age. They say and do hurtful things without even realizing it, and Mom always has to remind me that they aren't as open-minded as we are. I thought older people were supposed to be wise, but I haven't seen any evidence from them yet. I fiddle with the cuff of my plaid shirt. It's my favorite. Comfortable, worn, and a little too big. I picture my mom's face last night giving me pleading looks to keep my lips shut. I don't get it. Sorry, Dallas whispers, pointing at the song's time on his iPod. It's a billion generations old, but his oldest sister gave it to him before she moved to Australia, so Dallas cherishes it. No worries, I reassure him. Dallas tries to get in at least one song on the ride to my stop, but since he lives so close, he doesn't always get to finish it before I get on. He considers it the best way to set the mood for the day, and it usually tells me how he's feeling. Today he's listening to Nat King Cole, and I raise an eyebrow. Nat's his go-to when he needs a pick-me-up. He says it reminds him of his grandmother, and she was the only one who understood him. She passed away 2 years ago, and I don't think I've heard Dallas sing since. I wish I could say the same thing about my mom, but she continues to wake me up at the crack of dawn by singing off-key in the shower. It's right beside my bedroom, so I always pull a pillow over my head and beg her to stop. Did you remember your permission slip? Dallas whispers as he scratches the back of his head. He's still listening to his song when the sun shines through the bus window, making his brown skin glow. I make a face. Did I? Good question. I start to dig through my backpack, pushing aside some old pieces of paper, a binder, my lunch, and my sweater. Just as I find it, I notice a large blow-up Mr. Peanut flailing in the wind out the window. I lean forward to get a better look at it. He's massive. I try to calculate approximately how many of me can fit inside him. I'm guessing at least 1,000, but maybe only 800 if I'm wearing my blow-up T-Rex costume from Halloween. As soon as it's out of sight, I pull out my permission form and flatten it. I wave it in front of Dallas. He doesn't meet my eyes, so I grab his hand and wrap it in mine. The corner of his mouth briefly twitches into a small smile. I like the contrast of our hands together, his deep brown skin against my sun-kissed white skin. He's not chubby like me, though. He's tall and lanky, especially after he hit a mini growth spurt last year. And Dallas's hair is always neatly trimmed, while I have mastered a classic bedhead look. My hair is short enough that it stands up every which way, but not long enough that I can do anything about it. When Dallas pulls his hand away, he starts twisting his headphone cord in his fingers, reminding me of that sunny day. He had been listening to Keenan Lonsdale that morning and twisting his headphone cord just like now. Dallas had never listened to Keenan Lonsdale before, so I thought that was odd. Then he asked me if we could talk after school. He didn't make it until then. At lunch, we were settling down in our usual spot in the courtyard, and he blurted, "I'm gay." I dropped my water bottle, and it rolled under the table, but I left it there so I could hug him tightly and promise that I love him. I'm not entirely sure why, but he got stuck on this idea that I wouldn't want to be friends with him anymore. Coming out is hard, but he never had to worry about me. "I'm queer too, and I think I want to change my name," I told him, and suddenly we were a mix of tears and laughter. Dallas shoved my shoulder and teased me about stealing his thunder, but I don't think he felt anything but relief. Relief that we were going through this together. At least, I know that's what I was feeling. And this has been a preview of Jude Saves the World.